Hey guys, so I wanted to introduce Lab 4 to you a little bit. So, of course, you want to download the files from Canvas. We have lab4p1.s and then list1.s. So download both of those, sync them over to your Pi, and then we can open them in G. Alright, so this is what lab4.s looks like. And then you have a list here. So this list is going to be the data that we're working with today. So basically we're going to print this out as the whole week 1 of Lab 4. So basically you can do one of two things. You can copy and paste this into your data segment, or you can put this .include statement to include this in your code. So we want to look at the memory here, so I need to get the memory address of start. So I just want you to add one line, which is make a pointer to start. Okay. Now we'll assemble here. And then look at it in DDD. Basically, I just want you guys to understand where the list resides in memory. So it's very logical, and you can start to understand how things are stored. So this is coming up. All right. Set a breakpoint at the top right here. Go ahead and run that. Okay. So now we know where start is because it's in R1. So we just need to look at R1. Okay. Go to data. We want to dump this memory. So best to look at a lot of memory. Let's look at 50 hex bytes from this right here, 200 E0. Display that. So we have a bunch of memory here. So what I want you to see, hopefully, is that if I zoom in. Okay, so this is our list, and this is the memory. Okay, so this right here is start, right here. Okay, so there's 4 bytes there. If you examine what this actually is, it's 000200E4. Okay, so if you start here, this is E0, E1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is our next memory address right here. Right, so if you correspond these, this right here is element 1. So the first thing that I drew, okay, let me line these up. So this guy, these 4, correspond to the first word in start. Right, so that is the address of element 1. Okay, if we go to that address to 000200E4, so this is E0, E1, 2, 3, 4, get a different color. This is the first word in element 1, okay, which happens to be the address of element 2. If you go past that, you have this 31, 32, 33, space. This is lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase c, space. So you can see how that corresponds to this and this, right? And so you can keep going in that same way. So this is the address of element 2, 0002, 00F0. If we want to go there, let's do pink, that's this one. Right, I know that because right here, it's F0. Okay, so this guy is this first word of element 2. Okay, then we have There's 34, 35, 36, space, 64, 65, 66, space. That's the data down here. Okay, and I'm kind of maxed out on my screen, but so the data keeps going, right? So if you want to, you can see anytime you see 34, 35, 36, that's 4, 5, 6. The data is all here in a block, right? So you just need to understand how those pointers work. Okay, so let's change one thing in the code so that you can see what I mean. So here, let's LDR the contents of R1 into another register. Okay, let's see what that does. Right, again, breakpoint, run it, status registers 200E4 is where we want to dump our memory. Dump like 50 hex bytes. It doesn't matter how much you do, you can do 100 if you want. From 131300. Okay, so again, I have my start address, my element 1, and then my 31, 32, 33, that's my list. All right, so R1 is of course pointing to the address there. If I step I loaded the contents of R1 into R2. So let's check that out. Okay, R1 was pointing here. So all we did was take the contents at this memory address, okay, 200E4, which is on the same page. Move it there. Okay, so this right here is the contents at this memory address, which corresponds to R1. Okay, what we did was got the contents of that and put it into R2, so that R2 became this, which is 000200E8. Okay, that's the address here, right? This is E4, E5, E6, E7, E8. Starts right here. Okay, so this, because of the way our list set up, is the address of element 1. So let's say actually this is the address of element 2 because this is element 1. See, the beginning of element 1 is the address to element 2, and so on. Right? So this is how you're going to approach this lab. You're going to have to use these pointers. So now that R2 is pointing here, to print out this 31, 32, 33, all I needed to do is increment that 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Add 4 to it and start printing here, right? And I print all this stuff until I get to here, and then I stop printing, and then I need to update my pointers, right? I need to move R2 into R1 and then do this in a loop. So then I get the contents of R1, put it in R2, right, over and over and over. So once you start to understand how the list is set up in memory, I think this lab is going to be a lot easier. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in lab.